What do you think? It doesn't. These two, they just don't look the same. I don't know. Not the same. Not the same to me, if you ask me.
Psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American. No one is able to come to sensible conclusions. It's a great brainwashing process.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it's probably not her. Why? And why should we think it is? Because whatever. What can you do about it anyway? Here's what we know about Jeffrey Epstein, right? So we have the pictures. You all know these pictures. They've been debunked. It's really not him. This one here with the long hair could be anybody else. They're right. This guy walking, but why is this guy walking with the bodyguards? Who is it? And then, you could say, well, why are you bringing this up? Like, it's another conspiracy theory, right? But these people have been fooling us forever. Whoever these people are, but listen, they have their hands in everything. Politicians, our school system, Hollywood, our banks, we already know that's not a conspiracy. We know that already. So why wouldn't they be doing this? And then, there's this, right? There's all right. So the one on the left is the dead guy, right? Epstein dead. And the right is when Epstein's alive, and that's his nose. And the guy has a curved nose on the left. The guy on the right, which is Epstein, alive, has a straight nose. Those are two different noses, right? Unless he got punched in the nose and broken or something while he was in prison. But that's just two different noses. So, and then you got these things here. This little wacky thing here. This comment here, and it's just a weird little comment, right? He's like, not saying anything after this. Please do not try to dox me. But last night after 1500 hours, that's 4 o'clock in the a.m., 4:15 a.m. count, they took him medical in a wheelchair, front cuffed, but not one triage nurse says they spoke to him. He's talking about they took Epstein, okay? Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single man cell and hangs himself. Like, he's basically saying, like, what the heck is that? How is that possible? He just left in a van, right? The trip van did not sign in, and we did not record the plate number. And a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy who let him through the gate. And he's like, you guys, I am shaking right now, but I think they switched him out. All right, that's kind of old news now. This guy's basically saying that he made a statement that he thinks they switched him out. So we know that, all right? And another weird little document here, United States Attorney's Office. This is all in the files, okay? All right, this is his death, okay? It was Friday the 9th. They actually typed up his death statement. Earlier this morning, the Manhattan Correction Center confirmed that Jeffrey Epstein, who faced charges brought by this office of engaging in sex trafficking of minors, has been found unresponsive in his cell and pronounced dead shortly thereafter. This was they say it could have been a typo, okay, but whatever. It's just there's a few weird things happening. They typed out this thing on the 9th. He died on the 10th, right? But they typed it out on the 9th. Could have been a typo, but maybe they were planning this, right? So there's that, and then we got the letter from this corrections officer here who says, I'm telling you, they wheeled him out the night before, right? Then we got the pictures of the dead guy with Epstein's nose. Doesn't match up, right? And then we got the other picture. So that's the thing. But now here's the funny thing. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, why do we have this thing with Maxwell, right? Here's her right? Like, here's her before, right? Here's her before she gets right before she went to prison. Right? Look at this. Look at this nice little pointy little nose she's got there. Kind of goes down, right? This is the only thing that I noticed. And look at this one. Like that's the only thing I can do. I don't have no other kind of like technical stuff to figure this out, but like that's all you got to look at. There's two noses. I mean, that's just completely two different things. Here's when she got arrested, and a pointy nose comes down, and then you got this. No way. Totally different thing. I mean, I would say it probably is someone else. And then here, she also had long hair. Here's another thing. You could just tell these stupid things. Like she had longer hair, right, when she got arrested. Here's her in the cell, right? Little video of her walking around. Kind of long hair down to at least the bottom of her neck, her shoulders a little bit, right? Look, see the hair's, and then like you could see see she's in a little bun right there. She goes down, right? So that's that. And then you got and then here's when she first gets arrested again. See, it's kind of longer, pulled back. And then it's almost like this is what she was known for a little bit, right? This haircut. And it's almost like they just gave this person here this cut, right? Like this haircut. Like, and it's funny, like, I mean, what do they have, hairstylists in prison? Like, give her this like little do that she had before she went to prison like this. Well, let's give you like a hairstylist here to give you this. Like, and then like the nose doesn't match and the hair, it's just like all I'm saying is you can't put it past it. What makes you, everyone thinks like, oh yeah, we're going to get something. I mean, like, probably not. She's probably somewhere else. Okay. And I wouldn't doubt it. All right. Here's, I don't know if you've seen her deposition here.
Ms. Maxwell, were you a close friend and confidant of Jeffrey Epstein?
I would like to answer your question, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions. My habeas petition is pending in the Southern District of New York. I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
All right. And then here she says her lawyer is basically like, look, she's going to talk, but this is our demands. So she's willing to talk and say everything. But I don't think it's going to happen because maybe she will, but something's just strange because that don't look like it's her. And here's her saying that lawyer talking.
If this committee and the American public truly want to hear the unfiltered truth about what happened, there is a straightforward path. Ms. Maxwell is prepared to speak fully and honestly if granted clemency by President Trump. Only she can provide a complete account, and some may not like what they hear, but the truth matters. For example, both President Trump and President Clinton are innocent of any wrongdoing. Ms. Maxwell alone can explain why, and the public is entitled to hear that explanation. Thank you, members of the committee, for having us today. Ms. Maxwell can now proceed to answer her questions with the Fifth Amendment. Thank you.
We've been fooled before, right? Maybe. And I don't know. Just seems like we fall for this conspiracy. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? It doesn't. These two, they just don't look the same. I don't know. Not the same. Not the same to me, if you ask me. So we'll see what happens. It's interesting.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment on anything you like or didn't like.